Yeah, I am. I've been on the road a ton, more than normal, and this actually brings some sanity back to the job. Getting to start in the gym where probably 90% of the coaches really enjoy being. So I'm excited. I think our guys had a great spring, summer, and fall, but most years you do. But at the same time, I think with the lack of injuries we've had this spring, summer, and fall, as we did last year for the most part, I think it makes for a better season.
A healthy summer is a first, isn't it?
You know, last year wasn't bad. It was the three before that were the killers with Trice and those guys. But it's been really good this summer, and I think we have a little better leadership than we had last year, and that's not a knock, it's just a fact. And I think we have a lot better, not a lot better chemistry. I think we have the same chemistry because I thought we had good chemistry last year. We just got guys leading them here at 6:30 in the morning, leading them here at night. So that's been better.
Your job has changed for coaches, and you always are so excited when practices start, but now on top of being counselors and everything else, you have to be doctors. Is it changing, Tom, for you this many years in now? The role has gotten less basketball, more everything else.
You know, I think the hardest thing is that we got to be so politically correct with everything we say. I'm afraid to talk to you guys anymore, and I say that with respect. But as you guys know, freedom of speech to me wasn't what it's coming out to be nowadays, so I get ripped for that. As far as this medical stuff, I mean, if you think one of us would put somebody back in a game knowing that there's something wrong with them, I mean, that is so insane. That's a better word. I just can't say that.
So you defend Brady Hoke in this one?
200%. I mean, I 400%. I mean, I don't know all the circumstances, but what I do know is nobody would do that. I mean, and there's no win at all cost guys. I mean, I can't speak for everybody, but I know most of the football and basketball coaches in the Big Ten, and that wouldn't even be part of the thought process.
We've seen you look at doctors and they just go nope, and you don't even argue. It's done.
I don't. I mean, now Judd would.
Right.
You know, Judd would tell him how his knee worked, and because he had a bad knee, and he used to always say, I say that, but at the same time, if a guy sprained his ankle, I'm not going to take him out of the game and tie a diaper around it and call it a day. You know, I mean, are we a little more prone to understand what's going on with concussions? Yes. Are we a little more sensitive that if we're pushing guys in practice, because somebody died from that, but I think we're like trying to cure the world of every ailment there is. That's not going to happen. So I'm a little disappointed the way everybody's taken off on that. I mean, if you want to be mad that somebody's not winning enough, whether it be me or somebody else, then be mad at that, but don't make excuses.
Tom, you've said over the last few weeks that you think your team's going to be better than maybe you thought and other people thought. What has happened? What have you seen in the offseason? Some of the reasons you think that?
Well, I think Dawson, Trice, and Valentine have all gotten better, but Trice and Dawson have gotten remarkably better, and Trice has gotten maybe better than any of them. I just think he's healthier. I think he really was injured since the day he came. If you look at the different injuries he had, where he never got a full-length time to do something. And he just seems he's had a great spring, a great summer, and a great fall. And I think that's one reason. And then I think we got a bunch of pieces. I don't know how those pieces are going to all be put together, but we really felt like in the last month, the guy that's improved the most since school started has been Elvin Ellis. He's taken a big jump, and he had some games last year where he was pretty good. With Bryn Forbes, he shoots as well as anybody we had last year. He's got to work on the other parts of his game now. So we've got some pieces in there. If we can put those pieces together, I think we got a chance to be good.
So you were picked fifth the other day. You must love that.
Fifth? God, I've seen anywhere from second to ninth or eighth. I don't know what. And understand all of it. I mean, I've seen us as high as ninth and as low as 30th. And I understand all that too. I mean, we've got some unknowns to our team, but I think people forget too that Costello started, the first 8 games. He started 20 games. I mean, we won some games. We lost some close games when we had those 3 guys out, but we won some big games during that period too, or played really well. So it's not like we're going with a guy who's never played, and I think Schilling and he will be good in that post position. We'll be just a different team.
Is Tum Tum the fastest player you've ever coached?
You know, Keith was awfully quick, but Tum might be the fastest. Yeah, I'd say that's a fair statement. And you know what? He's got a ways to go, but he's been every bit as much fun to be around, and his energy level and all those things. It's been great.
His coach told me you would be shocked by his shot. He just didn't shoot as much because he didn't need to. Has that been the case?
Yeah, you know, he shoots it better than I thought. I mean, like when you look at him like a Cleaves or a Travis Walton, a lot better, you know, shooter. But I wouldn't say that's his forte yet, but I don't think it needs to be on this team.
What about the other freshmen? I mean, at this point, you think everyone's going to have a role this year?
Well, you know, Clark he can really shoot. He's got a great body. He's picking up the game. That's going to be in the defense. Bess is probably he's kind of more like a Raymar Morgan. You know, he has a great feel for the game, great understanding, except, you know, he is in love with the game. I mean, this kid, him and Tum are here too much. I mean, we brought him in 2 weeks ago and told him to chill because they were here too much. And so I think he's probably my surprise recruit. Meaning, I think he's stepped up a lot. He's got size. He can shoot it better than decent. He can handle it. He can offensive rebounds. He can guard people. He has a very high basketball IQ. So, you know, I mean, we got 10 or 11 guys that can play. We got to figure out which 8 or 9 are probably going to be playing more and see what happens.
Do you like this time of year because there's no game prep, you're shaping your team, you're just coaching?
I do like this time of year because I get to be home a little bit more than the last month. I get to coach basketball in the afternoon and watch some football on the weekend. So and baseball, of course, as long as those Tigers keep winning. But yeah, this is a great time of year for me. You know, as you say, the games aren't here yet, so I can kind of keep my eye on other things. Recruiting's gone pretty well, and now it's time to get to work on your team. And so it's every coach's favorite time of year.
Tom, where would you say Travis, besides being healthy, what improvements over the summer with Travis did you see?
Well, if you look at him, it's not like he's gained 20 pounds. I mean, he's gained 20, probably 30 pounds since when he was down in the 40s. But he's shooting it better, but he's running our team really well. He's got a lot of confidence. He really understands what's going on. He's taken his role as a captain as a big thing, which I've been looking for. I think it's really important to him. So it's been, he's played really well. I mean, I don't know how to explain it. I'm anxious to see now as we get a little more pressure and as everybody starts competing how that will be. But I like where we're headed with him. And I like the fact that he is a guy that's been through it all. You know, he's had the injuries, but he's also had some great nights. And I think he has the best perspective maybe of anybody on that team.
These new rules make it so you know your team a lot better now than you used to on this day?
You know, I think better, yes. I think when you look at the summer, just the 2 hours gives you a clue on where they're at. You know, and now starting a little earlier. It's not as early as we did last year, which I'm happy about. But like today, we're going to go hard today, and then we're going to give them tomorrow off, and go Sunday, give Monday off, go Tuesday. So we're going to spread it out a little bit, get our 30 days in the next 42. Hard to believe it's 42 days and we play Navy. So, yeah, I think it does. I really do.
At least you're not hockey where they open up and 3 days later play their first game.
See, that you're talking about student. I don't understand that. You know, I mean, that's not good for anybody if you ask me. It's really harder for Tom over the last couple of years because when you come in and you got a new team. I mean, how do you do that? I don't know. That's why I'm not a hockey coach.
Is there anybody on campus more excited for Saturday night than you? Not named D'Antonio?
Probably D'Antonio. The 2 Paisans are pretty excited. I'm excited for them. You know, I got a chance to watch Nebraska last week. It was fun. I watched that game last night. Trying to figure out who I was pulling for there at the end, even though I don't know which way helps or hurts us the most. I think a lot of people are going to go through that with this football thing, like they did in basketball when we changed from 32 to 48 to 64. When you have new things, you don't know how different things are going to affect it. And I think everybody's trying to figure out what is this. I don't even know if they know what to call it. I heard somebody say Final Four, last four, different four. But it's going to be interesting. But there's no question if you're going to have a chance to be there, you got to win a lot of games, and your home games are almost essential. So this will be a big game for us, and I'm looking forward to it. For them.
Like Travis Walsh getting a coaching job, going to keep it going here with the coaching career.
Yeah, I didn't get to comment much on that, but I am so excited for that kid. That kid has spent more time in this gym and been around. And if there's ever a guy that I think deserves it, and I was a big advocate of it, just happen to know Jimmy Boylan, who knows the head coach. He's from Grand Rapids, and I know him. And it was easy to sell Travis. You're going to get a guy that's going to work. Travis came back the first day. He said 9 straight hours of basketball meetings. He said, and he looks at me. He said, "You know what I did? I threw a piece of cardboard at him because I never get to do that anymore. It's recruiting, it's problems, it's academics, it's just 9 straight hours of basketball." He was so fired up, and I think he'll do great.
Would you like him back on your staff one day?
Yeah, I could see that happening. I think Travis is going to be very good, but he gets in that league, and I don't know if he'll ever relinquish 9 straight hours of basketball.
All right, thanks, guys.